My people, I want you to watch this clip and judge for yourself. Islam, so the color purple, Islam. Iran is Hamas, Babylon. Yeah, Iran is Hamas, Babylon. Look what is going to happen to them. Michael, look, message from the messenger, the doorkeeper, the gatekeeper, Michael.
Make her desolate and naked, eat her flesh and burn her with fire. In the end, the Antichrist will not tolerate any form of worship other than that of himself, the son of destruction. Exalts himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, to the point that he sits in the temple of God, demonstrating to himself that he is God. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verses 3 through 4. Don't be fooled by what they say, for that day will not come until there is a great rebellion against God, and the man of lawlessness is revealed, the one who brings destruction. He will exalt himself and defy everything that people call God and every object of worship. He will even sit in the temple of God, claiming that he himself is God. We read, burn her with fire. After the Antichrist has successfully entrenched his rule, he will no longer require the assistance of religious Babylon. After that, he will make efforts to demolish and ultimately destroy her and her one-world religion. Tyrants' primary objective has always been to appropriate religion for their own ends, and then cast it aside afterwards. In the end, everything is guided by the hand of God. Revelation chapter 17, verse 17. For God has put a plan into their minds, a plan that will carry out his purposes. They will agree to give their authority to
is burning right now.
and so the words of
Iran,
God will be fulfilled.
Hamas,
Read.
Gaza.
God has put it into their hearts. The judgment that was sent against religious Babylon was ordered by God. Sometimes, God will use one wicked group, in this case the 10 kings, as an instrument of his judgment against another wicked group. In this case, religious Babylon. This happens rather frequently in the Bible. The political support that these 10 rulers would provide for the Antichrist will be ordained by God. The world will get exactly what it asks for, which is godless religion and godless government. Revelation chapter 17, verse 18. And this woman you saw in your vision represents the great city that rules over the kings of the world. Rome is said to be the strange woman in this metaphor.
Who trade with the world.
At the time of John, there was no doubt about which
Iran,
city held the most power over the world's
Hamas,
rulers.
Islam,
Rome was the political,
Syria,
economic, and religious center of the world. However, Babylon
fire
has always
coming
been the
for
great
them.
city that reigns
Fire.
over the rulers of the world in a global sense. This has been true since the beginning of time. As Christians, we must ask ourselves whether we are under its reign,
Hamas,
or if we are citizens
Gaza
of a
is
greater
in fire right now.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 26. But the other woman, Sarah, represents the heavenly Jerusalem. She is the free woman, and she is our mother. Rome was the ready personification of Babylon. Idolatry is just as prevalent as it was in the past, but it is now more widespread. Which city is most identifiable with the world system? Hollywood,
Iran,
Wall Street, Washington? The fact that the identity of the whore of Babylon is referred to as a mystery indicates that we are unable to know with absolute certainty
Iran,
who she is.
Iraq,
The passage does give us some clues.
Syria,
After the
China,
strange woman falls, Babylon follows
Turkey,
suit. The fall of commercial Babylon.
Persia.
Revelation chapter 18 verses 1 through 3. After these things, I saw another angel coming down from heaven, possessing great authority, and the earth was illuminated with his splendor and radiance. And he shouted with a mighty voice, saying, Fallen, fallen, certainly to be destroyed is Babylon.
Hallelujah.
She has become a dwelling place for demons,
Iraq
a dungeon
and
haunted
Iran.
by every unclean spirit,
Yes.
and a prison for every unclean and loathsome bird. For all the
Yes.
nations have drunk from the wine of the passion of her sexual
Yes,
immorality,
trade with
and the kings and political
Persia.
leaders of the earth have committed immorality with her, and the merchants of the earth have become
Yes,
rich
them
by the
all the
wealth
women
and
them
economic
captive,
power of her sensuous
and the
luxury.
children them
Babylon the
into
Great has
religious
fallen.
bondages,
Has fallen. He proclaims that Babylon has
fanatics,
fallen.
religious
Fallen.
fanatic.
The word is repeated like a solemn dirge on the damned. We read, become a dwelling place of demons. Tragic end for a city that was once of immense importance. The sin of Babylon consisted not only of idolatry, often known as immorality, but also of vanity, greed, and the hoarding of wealth for one's own benefit.
And
Revelation
death
chapter 18, verses
unto
9 through 10.
innocent women and
And the kings
children.
and political leaders of the earth, who
Iran,
committed
Iraq,
immorality and lived
Hamas,
luxuriously with her,
Syria,
will weep and beat their chests in mourning over
China,
her when they see the smoke of her burning, standing a long way off, in fear of her torment, saying, woe, woe, the great city, the strong city, Babylon, a single hour
burning
of judgment
Gaza.
has come. We read, standing at distance for fear of her torment. These kings have to maintain a safe distance from Babylon because of the intense heat and smoke produced by its burning. Some people believe that this could be a clue to the use of nuclear weapons. As a result, Babylon is now a desolate place without any influence. Revelation chapter 18, verses 22 through 23. And the sound of harpists and musicians and flutists and trumpeters will never again be
they will
heard
be
in you,
burned
and no skilled
in
artisan
fire
of any craft will
continually,
ever again be found in you.
will
And
be
the sound
blown
of the
up,
millstone,
destroyed.
grinding grain, will never again be heard in you.
Yes,
Commerce will no longer flourish,
hallelujah.
and normal life will cease.
Fire.
And never again will the light of a lamp shine in you. And never again will the voice of the bridegroom and bride be heard in you. For
Babylon.
your merchants were the great and prominent men of the earth.
They are
Because
merchants,
all the nations were deceived
oil
and
rich
misled
country,
by your sorcery, your magic spells and poisonous charm.
and they
John
forget the
uses
poor
imagery and poetic language
and
to
needy.
explain the impending doom that will befall Babylon's manufacturing and commercial sectors. Babylon is doomed. She and they will fall. Their days will be numbered. The incredible manner in which this is accomplished is absolutely plausible in today's environment. Ambitious politicians, hungry for power, resent their financial clout. They are even prepared to bring about economic disaster if that will enable them to take over. The kings will be jealous of the woman who rides them and will resolve to destroy her. The city will be engulfed in flames. It will be the world's worst economic disaster in history. Many people will weep and mourn over the ruins. The disaster will have been brought about by God, not by any physical action. He will have instilled in their hearts the desire to fulfill his mission. He'll have persuaded them to join forces with the beast to fight the city. The